Hi guys, and welcome to 123 My IT's video on the unboxing and first look of the Asus 17-inch notebook, the G752. The G752 comes in many different hardware configurations. These include CPU, GPU, memory and hard disk. And prices start at $12.99 and go right up to $34.99. But the main difference between this laptop and its predecessor is the inclusion of G-Sync. So G-Sync allows you to sync your game refresh rate with that of your monitor, thus reducing lag and tearing. The G752 comes in many different configurations, and the model we're looking at today is G752V. And I actually ordered this model without any hard drive. So I'm going to do a video on how to install this Samsung SSD 950 Pro M2 on the laptop, and I'll put a link in the video and also in the description below. Okay guys, so let's get to the unboxing. Now you need to cut a little bit of tape at the bottom there, and then box just moves up like so. Okay, now inside the box it's all cardboard. You can see the inserts are incredible up the top there. You'll have a little flip here, which you can just lift the laptop up. It's quite heavy. Here's a gaming laptop, and take the protective packaging off, and there we go. We have the Republic of Gamers gaming laptop. Let's just pop that down over here and we'll have a look in the rest of the box. So we've got our power cord, which plugs into the power brick. Pretty standard packaging, all made out of cardboard. And we've got our power brick there with the power cable. Put that one aside, and in the middle here we've got some cable ties, just some warranty information and a user guide. So that's pretty much it. Nothing else left in the box to look at. Pretty standard. Okay guys, so let's open up the lid and we'll take a look at the inside of the laptop. So you've got this little screen protector which protects the screen from the laptop. Okay, so when we open up the Asus here, and the first thing you'll notice is the design. So we now have, instead of having a black keyboard or top of the keyboard around the outside, we've now got this grey metallic type keyboard, and we've got the Republic of Gamers logo at the top here in pretty bold letters. Also the font on the keys is slightly different as well, easier to read. Got the Republic of Gamers logo on this side, and the button has been changed, just a bit of design there to make it look a bit more exciting. We take a quick look at the stickers down here. So we've got HDMI port, which will show you that a little bit later in the video. So the processor is a Intel Skylake i7 67000HQ processor. Beside that, we've got our NVIDIA GTX 980M 4GB of memory, which is a GDDR5 memory, and just an Energy Star logo rating. And the only difference on this keyboard compared to the previous model keyboard is the font on the keys are different, but also across the top we've got an extra macro key. So the macros, when you're gaming, allow you to have certain commands bound to these keys. So it's really good for gamers who use a lot of keyboard commands to use these ones up here. As you notice, the other big difference is from the previous model, these keys, or this shadow play key, has been moved away from the escape key. So what would happen is, you wanted to, in game, you wanted to hit escape to get out of a menu, and what would happen is you would actually hit the shadow play key thinking that was the escape key, and the shadow play key app would pop up on your screen and you would be thrown out of your game. So really good change there if you're someone who uses shadow play a lot and you're also someone who uses the macro keys a lot. The other thing too is they've added an extra macro key, but they only had 3 macro keys previously. And this M1 or macro 1 key used to be a Steam key. Okay, so you would press that and up would pop your Steam application. I guess they found that probably not many people needed it, and you can just run a shortcut from your desktop anyway, so it probably wasn't really needed in the end anyway. Okay, just taking a closer look at the trackpad. So the trackpad's pretty much the same as well. So you've got your left and your right buttons down below. You've got your power button here, your battery button. So this is whether it's charging or not. You've got your hard disk light. You've got your aeroplane mode, and you've got your caps lock lights, and they're all easily available to see when you're using the machine. As you can see, the keyboard itself lights up. You can turn it off fully, or you can turn it up all the way. Also here you can see we've got our Republic of Gamers button, which is an extra button that's on this laptop, and it allows you to bring up the Republic of Gamers app, which gives you certain features within the laptop itself. So the screen is a 17.3 inch FHD IPS matte screen, and if we take a closer look, we just go around, you can see the viewing angles on the screen are quite good. The closer we kind of move around to the side, there is some type of ghosting, not ghosting like frames per second type ghosting, but it's hard to explain. It's almost like a white shadow within the screen itself when it gets to certain angles. But otherwise, the screen itself is amazing, and the picture quality and the colors are really great. Across the top of the laptop here, on two sides, we've got our dual microphone pinholes, and in the middle here we've got our 1.2 megapixel HD webcam, and beside that we've got an LED status indicator which lights up when the webcam is in use. Okay, so if we close the lid and take a look at the top, so on top you've got this plastic strip along here, which is still plastic. However, if you touch the top of the LCD screen or the lid of the laptop, it actually seems to be aluminum, so it's colder to touch and does make slightly different noise. You've got these stripes up the side here, design stripes, and the Republic of Gamers logo lights up when the laptop is in use. Okay guys, and here's another shot of the lights that light up. So you can see you got the Republic of Gamers light, both lights on the back there light up. And we also, if we take a closer look here, we've got the a stripe, LED stripe at the back of the grille, which also lights up when the laptop is in use. Okay, so I've turned the laptop around and we'll see if we can get the logo to light up. There you go. You can see it lights up. Does look pretty cool at night. There's still a little bit of light in the room here, but as you can see, when we get the logo down to a dark shadow, it does actually go quite bright red. On the back as well, I'll move that forward a little bit. You can see here we've got the Republic of Gamers logo there, or branding, and we've got these big massive grills down the bottom. One thing that did really stump me is the inclusion of these rubber stoppers. You're meant to actually have these out when the machine is turned on. They have this really sort of dodgy cable ties which tie them into place so you don't lose them. And the idea is that when you have the laptop turned on, you pull these out, the exhaust comes out of both sides. So one is a CPU exhaust and one is a GPU exhaust, and these are what keep the laptop cool when it's running. When you turn it off, you're actually meant to pop these back in, okay? And it's meant to stop dust and things getting into your laptop through these vents. So here's a closer look at the vents at the back and this really confusing little plug. So you're actually meant to probably cut this little bit of cable off, but then it kind of just pushes in. Let's see if we can get a shot of that quite awkwardly. Pushes in like so, and then obviously you can see each little plug has a left and right so that you don't get them switched up when they're actually removed from the laptop. Now, I don't know how I feel about this type of thing. Like, I kind of feel that if you design something in a certain way, it should stay clean itself. It's a little bit like having earplugs in your ears, I guess. So the other thing to mention here is there is a little light strip in here which does light up. Now I think I need to have the laptop booted up for that to happen, so we'll take a look at that later on in the video. Republic of Gamers logo, as we mentioned before, in bronze is the hinge on the back of the laptop, and all this is just plastic, so it's only this top part that is aluminum. So I want to try and get this shot, guys. It's a little bit hard to see, but if we look down the back of the laptop lid, you can see we've got these little hex on it, or hexagonal grill, and I believe that is the speakers from the laptop. So really good design there. They've got the speakers actually coming across. They sit slightly in behind the screen, so they would be down literally just in behind here on both sides of the screen. So it would really give you a very good, well balanced sound there. So that's a really nice design. Okay guys, and if we look at the right hand side of the laptop, so far we've got your pretty standard ports here. So it begins with your headphone output jack, your microphone and audio input jacks. And then the next one here is an interesting one which I haven't seen before. It's a USB Type-C Thunderbolt 3 combo port. So this one's pretty interesting. This allows you to have dual 4K monitors over one cable. So something that's really really valuable for gamers using dual monitors, especially if they want to run 4K. But we'll see how practical this port is. Will it actually get used with a laptop like this? Who knows? Okay, and the next two ports after that are our USB 3 ports, our display port, HDMI port, gigabit Ethernet port, and last but not least, our power jack port at the end there. So the front of the laptop does actually have a part there where it allows you to put your hand underneath and lift the top of the laptop up quite easily without too much hassle. You can actually do it with one hand, and the laptop does lift a little bit, as you can see there, but generally it's pretty good. It's well balanced and allows you to lift the laptop lid as you need it. Okay, and on the left hand side we've got our Kensington lock there, so we can lock the laptop down if you needed to. Two USB ports, pretty familiar, a DVD, multi-DVD read writer, and also a SD card reader at the end there. Okay guys, so let's take a look underneath the laptop. So same again, we've got the newer plastic design around underneath the laptop. I've actually got a panel here which you can actually see through. Let me see if I can get a better view. You can actually see the fans underneath there. Big difference with this one here is these screws, these textile type screws that are around the outside of the laptop, and that actually hold the chassis together. So you would need some type of screwdriver if you needed to get inside the actual chassis of the laptop. You would need those special type screws to unlock it. Also down the bottom here we've got our sonic bass subwoofer, which gives us the bass from the laptop, which I don't know whether it's really needed in gaming laptops. I mean, of course they add it in, but most gamers you'll find they use wireless headsets or headsets anyway for their sound and microphones. So let's take a look at the upgrade tray underneath. So if you pull the little rubber part out, and there's a little screw here that you can undo, this tray actually just slips off like so. And then under here you've got your memory upgrades, you've got your SATA drive, and underneath here you've also got your PCIe Express M.25 hard drive as well. Okay, so you undo the 4 screws on either side here, and then you can just pop this off, and you can see we've got our 2 spots where our PCIe hard drive will slot into the machine. And I'll do a video on how to do this later with the Samsung SSD. I'll put a link in the video now, and you can also find the link in the description below. Okay guys, so for those of you that are interested in the benchmarking tests or benchmarking scores, so you can see here I've got the 3D mark on the left hand side, and on the right hand side I've got the PC mark. And we'll just go through it real quick. So Firestrike 1.1 was 8468, CloudGate 1.1 was 13,000 roughly, Ice Storm was 18,324, and if we scroll down a little bit here, you'll see how this laptop compares with, say, a gaming laptop of 2013. We're actually now 57% better than all results. You can see we're almost at the point where we'll have an Oculus Rift spec gaming PC, and also a 4K gaming PC. You can see we're still a long way off from running those types of specs. So one thing to remember as well, guys, that this is a laptop, so it's portable. So obviously it's going to be a little bit slower than, say, something like a PC gaming rig. If we take a look over at the PC8 home accelerated score, you can see here it's 5,303. Now I've purposely stuck with these older versions of the PC Mark, and the reason why is to kind of give you a real gauge of what type of performance you get out from model to model. So if you wanted to run these benchmarks on your own computer there, you can download them if you go to the 123myIT website and you go to the downloads section, click on that, and if you scroll to the bottom of the downloads section and you scroll down to where you have a subheading called Windows Benchmark Tools, and then you can actually download all the tools that we use in this video from here. Okay guys, and I've just run the CPUZ, and for those that are interested in checking out the CPUZ stats, here they are real quick. So I'll just go through the tabs at the top so you get an idea of them all. Alright guys, and here we have the CPUZ hardware monitor, and this will give us some temperatures on the graphics card itself. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just play a video here. This is just one of the unboxing videos that I've done for the iPhone SE, and well, I'll just try and give you a demo of how loud the sound can go on this one. Think, well, that doesn't really mean much, but if you're trying to record a video or you want to take a photo, you can actually stand the iPhone upright and record videos, or if you need to, you can turn it on its side and it will capture or record. Okay guys, so let's get to the unboxing. Don't need to. So as you can see, the sound is really good. The quality of the speakers are really good. Most people that buy this type of laptop though, they'll be using headsets anyway for gaming. Okay guys, so that's pretty much it from me. Do yourself a favour and subscribe. I've got another video coming up where I show you how to successfully install the Samsung 950 Pro M2 drive, and that's coming up shortly. So if you guys subscribe, leave a thumbs up on the video, leave a comment if I've left something out, and that's pretty much it from me guys. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.